Hello everyone, hola todos, thank you so much for stopping by. If you've been following my channel because you have gallbladder issues, or you are having gallbladder issues, or you think you're gonna get your gallbladder removed, or you're trying to avoid getting your gallbladder removed, or you're waiting until you get your gallbladder removed and you need to know what to eat, I'm so sorry it took me so long to film this video. I was just trying to gather as many information as I could before making this video. A lot of people have been asking me like, what can I eat if I'm like having gallbladder issues, and what can I eat until I get my surgery. So have my phone here with things that I ate and tried to avoid before I even knew I had gallbladder issues, and as I waited to get my correct diagnosis and my surgery. So first, I want to share with you a paper that they gave me at the hospital when I went with like really bad pain. So let me pull that up really fast. Seen my first two videos, it's okay. The first one's really bad quality, so I'm sorry. I was trying to get into YouTube and I was using my phone, so the quality wasn't as good. My second video, I feel like I was trying to get better at it, but the quality is still not there. Now I'm using a camera. Hopefully the quality is even better. I went back home, I scanned the paper that the doctor gave me when I went to the hospital when I was in really bad pain, and he misdiagnosed me with a peptic ulcer. And the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because although I did not have a peptic ulcer, and why you should push to get an ultrasound when you go to the hospital, because you are there, might as well get that, and I didn't push for that, so I still had to wait a couple months until I got diagnosed with my gallbladder issue, with my gallstones. So sorry, that's just very random from what I was trying to say, but if you go to the hospital, might as well push for that ultrasound. Push for it, because I regret not doing that, and it's gonna save you a lot of pain. Anyways, so I'm gonna talk about this first, and then I'm gonna talk about what I ate and what I took from here. This paper says that you should be eating, that your diet should include fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and things in low fat. And I agree with that. I felt that eating fruit helped me, and although I hated like the whole grains, it helped me too. For some reason, I don't know why not white bread, but now I hate whole wheat because that's the only thing I could eat. But that's what this paper says. Okay, and then it says to avoid foods that can irritate your sores, which people with gallstones don't have sores, so you can just ignore that. Foods and drinks that you should avoid: high fat dairy and milk products such as whole milk, cream, chocolate milk, butter, sour cream, and cream cheese. And I 100% agree with this, because every time I would have cream cheese, I would have cottage cheese, I would have ice cream, I would have cereal, I would have oatmeal with milk, my pain was there. So you can see like the similarities that I'm talking about. Then it talks about avoiding high fat meats, poultry such as hot dogs, fried meats, meat with skin, sausage, or a bacon. So I do not eat bacon, but I 100% agree with the high fat meats, and by that I mean like steak, because I felt pain when I would eat steak, sirloin, you know, like those type of meats. Not so much with weenie, because I don't really eat weenie, so I never noticed it. Like if I had a hot dog, then I was fine. But yeah, so it says high fat meat, so I agree with that. Pepper, yes, I agree with this as well, because whenever I would eat chicken with like lemon pepper seasoning, like my pain was so bad. So yeah, I recommend not having things with pepper. And fried foods also. I didn't notice it as much with like French fries, but if something was really greasy, my pain was there. Then alcohol, I'm not a person that drinks really, but I remember one time I was getting like acid reflux from the alcohol after having like a Smirnoff. So I don't know if that aggravated my pain or not, but since I don't really drink, I was okay with that. For drinks, tea, coffee, and Coke, or anything caffeinated. So again, I would drink green tea. I was fine with green tea. Coffee, if I was having it with milk, then yes. Coke, I don't drink soda, so I didn't really, you know, have nothing to compare it with. And then so then this paper gave me sample breakfast, snacks, lunch, and dinner ideas for a peptic ulcer. Then remember, I'm telling you about the peptic ulcer and then I'm comparing it to what helped me. So for breakfast, they recommend cooked oatmeal, strawberries, low-fat milk, and almonds. Okay, almonds are high in fat. For me personally, any nuts, no, because it would just aggravate my pain, because almonds are high in fats, good fats, but for me, if you guys want to try it out, then, you know, go for it. Also, it says low-fat milk. Once I started noticing that milk was aggravating my pain, milk was a no-go for me. Not even if it was 1%, 2%, nothing. Not even a sip, no. Because that aggravated my pain. There's people that I know that can drink milk but can't drink some other things. So no milk for me. I do not recommend like milk. And then strawberries, yes. Strawberries is something that I lived off on. Strawberries and apples, yes. That is something that I do recommend you eat. And cooked oatmeal, yes. I would have plain oats, no milk, okay, no milk. I would have oats and I would sprinkle some strawberries, and so that's something that I got from this. Then for snacks, they recommend cucumbers and a 6-ounce yogurt made from low-fat or fat-free milk. Again, I did not mess with any dairy. No cream cheese, no yogurt, no nothing. Because once I started noticing that it was gonna hurt me, then why deal with it? To be honest, as it progresses, the less food you can eat. So when I first started getting like pain, like I would notice it with pizza, with cheeses, you know? But sometimes it would hurt, sometimes it wouldn't. So, but that was like months before I had, or like I was diagnosed with gallstones. So if you're in early stages of like trying to figure out like, do I have gallstones? Or if you already know that you have gallstones and you just don't want to deal with the pain until you have surgery, then don't mess with cheese and milk because it's high in fat. So cucumbers, yes. So I would snack on cucumbers mainly because it's water-based, and I would just sprinkle a little bit of salt. Typically I would prefer some tahini, but it would give me acid reflux, which this is another story. So this is going to be a part 2 to this video because that's some other deal that I'm dealing with. But salt, let's not get sidetracked. Okay, and then for lunch, they recommended 2 slices of whole wheat bread, sliced turkey, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 cup of blueberries, and 1 cup of peas. Okay, so yes, I was eating whole wheat bread, but honestly, just because I didn't want to mess with the white bread. I never really saw like a difference in pain between breads, but I just went ahead and had whole wheat, and then now that I don't have my gallbladder, I eat all the white bread I want. Turkey, yes, I was eating turkey just because it got to a point where there were not that many options for me to eat food-wise. So yeah, I would have a basic sandwich with just turkey, no cheese, no mayonnaise for me again. Like, it's high in fats. Blueberries, I'm not a big blueberry person, so I don't really remember like living off blueberries that much. And then snap peas, I didn't have that. Okay, and then for snacks, they recommend 6 whole wheat crackers and 1 string of cheese. No cheese for me. Then for dinner, brown rice and mixed veggies. Yes, I would have my brown rice and I would have some mixed veggies. So this is what the hospital recommended as a diet for someone that has peptic ulcers. And I'm gonna insert a picture here. So pause the video, take a screenshot, and have it later for your records. Now I'm gonna go over my notes for my gallbladder. Okay, so I'm gonna try to not mention things that that paper mentioned already, but I'm gonna reiterate greasy foods. So yeah, I wouldn't eat as many greasy foods. Another thing that wasn't mentioned there that I noticed nearly killed me was cabbage. One night we had pozole. You eat pozole with cabbage, and my pain unbearable. And I thought it was because of the pozole. And then the next day I had it without the recalentado. I had without the repollo. I was fine. Then later made pozole again, had it with cabbage. No. From my family history, when my mom got her gallbladder removed, my aunt, my grandma, they also got really bad pain with cabbage. So I know you might be like, oh, but cabbage is not high in fats. It's not greasy. Like, I have no idea. So that's just me, okay? So if you're having cabbage and you're having pain, then you might want to cut back on cabbage. Okay, and then high fat foods that were not mentioned in that paper. Eggs. So the egg yolk would sometimes, so okay, how do I say this? So eggs would give me pain sometimes, but it wouldn't if I had like egg whites. So I just would buy a big carton of egg whites and I would eat egg whites without the yolk. So eggs, no milk, no dairy, no avocados. Yes, they're really good. They're healthy, but they're high in good fats, and even good fats aggravate gallbladder pain. So I wouldn't have avocados. Oils. So whenever I would make my eggs, my chicken, my whatever, no oil. So get yourself a good non-stick pan and try to not cook with oils. Also processed foods. So my pain would be either with things like chips or like little bakery items. So I know I mentioned that for white bread I didn't really notice much of a pain, but I did notice it with tortillas, like flour tortillas and pasta. So I wouldn't have pasta and I wouldn't have burritos because the flour tortillas would give me pain. So here are things that I would eat instead. So like I mentioned, my oatmeal, my egg whites, broccoli, and my best friends were the beans. Any beans. I had red beans, pinto beans, lentils, I hated them, whatever. At that point, you're hungry. There's not much you can eat. And unlike the wheat bread, where now I hate wheat bread because that's all I could eat, pinto beans, I love them now because they're high in protein and they are the ones that kept me full. So I would get like a slice of bread and then refried beans. Well, okay, not refried beans. Let me reiterate this. You know when you make your beans? So I would make beans from scratch, or my mom would make beans from scratch because I was home at the time. So beans from scratch and then refried without the oil. So you know, the next day when you're heating up your beans again, you know how you would like smash them? Yeah, so it's called refried, but no oil, okay? So I would just like smash them, had a bowl. Instead of doing like avocado spread, it was like bean spread. Yes, and then you can put tomato on the top. It's really good. And then for snacks, I would have like apples, grapes. Oh, also gelatin. Gelatin was a really good snack for me, and I would get like the fat-free one. Cherry flavor. And then I have in my list sopita. So as a Latina, we have like, it's like pasta, but not really. And yeah, I guess it counts as like processed food, but for some reason it didn't give me pain. So I don't know if it's just a mental thing, but my mom would make like that soup, which I will put like a picture here, and she would make it with tomato sauce and consomate, and then I would make a bowl with like that soup and beans, and then just like dip bread. That I would eat that. So you eat what you can, girl. Plain pasta. So I know I mentioned pasta before, but I meant like, you know, like carbonara, chicken alfredo, all of that. But if you boil, like if you just make your pasta without anything and you have that with chicken, you're gonna be fine. Oh, and then like if I felt like having something cold, I would just have a popsicle. And that would be like my snack. So this is all I have. The rest of my notes are my foods that I would eat post-surgery and how that went. And I do have footage of my recovery process, so let me know if you guys are interested. It's kind of gruesome. I did show my incisions in some clips, and the quality, just FYI, from those videos is not good because I was recording with my phone. I didn't have my camera at the time, but I do have that footage. And so if you're interested in foods that I ate towards my recovery, then let me know and I'll make a video for you guys. But this is all I have so far. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you feel better because I know what it feels like to have gallstones. It's not fun. It's not fun. But if you are waiting for your surgery, I wish you the best, and I hope you have a successful recovery, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!
Let him cook, let him cook. You gon' read my name, double take when I'm in those books. Let him cook, let him cook.